Okay. Ita Mexicanatoni. Good morning. It is somewhere closing in on 8:30 in the AM for Friday morning, January 3rd, 2020. In the first half of the lunar cycle, Misamikoko Miatos, the long night's moon. And this is my first step back into Sspopiikimi since my hiatus in San Francisco. I didn't have time this morning. I slept in a bit and didn't have time to do an actual walk around, but I just wanted to come out and at least to the Beaver Lodge, and usually I can get a somewhat of a picture of some of the events that are going on here if I come in that far. What I noticed this morning was there was no presence of white-tailed deer on the absinthe fields out here, as there had been, prior to my departure a week or so ago. There was, every morning here there was a growing little herd of deer. And today I don't see any sign of them, not even any hoof prints in the new snow. I did see some pheasant, small rodent, magpie tracks in the snow. The ice is looking pretty soft. It's all kind of melted on the edges. Beaver Lodge still has a little bit of open water around it, but there's no visual evidence to suggest that the beavers have been actually coming out of the water. And I'm curious why that is. I think in the winter, if there was a chance I could get locked under, I'd make every possible move I could to get out when there was an opportunity. Then again, the opening there is pretty small, and it would, if you predictably would come up there, just because there's an opening, you'd probably be coyote bait pretty quick. So, nothing big planned for today. I'm going to go into the studio. We'll see what unfurls there. And then, nothing planned for this evening either. This could be a very dull video. Some of my days are like that. This weekend I plan to get out. Probably Chelsea and I will take a hike on Saturday and then extend our visit with each other into the evening. We're thinking the comedy club, good times, but we'll see what's gonna be scheduled there. I haven't looked. And yeah, so the weekend should be fun. But today, well, all days are good, but we'll see. We'll see where this one takes us. So I'm just out running some errands. I have to find a big roll of paper for the students to start making their dress patterns on for the sewing study unit that they're doing right now. But I stopped by the house to let Polly out and come across Mr. Derek exploring upstairs. Gerwako, what are you doing? What are you doing up here, huh? You hanging out on my clothes? Yeah. You hanging out in the upstairs? So this is his second day in a row of, by his own choosing, leaving his bird cage and coming up here to hang out. I guess he was here earlier before Chelsea and the kids left, hanging out with them. So he's starting to socialize with them. He was sitting around on Chelsea's shoulder yesterday. She even walked him downstairs to see if he would go home, and he didn't want to. So that's cool. After so many months, Derek's starting to get a little bit of his own personality back. He's feeling safe again, and I think that's That's good. I kind of worried about his health and stress in this situation, and you know, him changing from being just absolutely free to go wherever he wants, like he was in the old house, to where he's, you know, basically a caged bird. Now, I do want to figure out a system with him so that he's not just entirely free around the house all the time, going around pooping everywhere again, like the old days. We gotta come up with a good system, right? So, like, if you want to stand up here, I'm gonna have to come up with a cover for my clothes, so you can stand up here and do whatever pooping you want. Yeah, we'll figure something out. But very cool to see him having some breakthroughs and getting to be himself again. Not too surprising, given that their nesting time is going to be coming up before too long, and he'll be entering into his pon farr, and he usually has a lot of hormones going during that time. So I should say she, because Derek lays eggs, so he's really a she, but we didn't figure that out until like his 6th year with us. So I stuck with the male pronoun. He's the first transgender magpie. Hey? Yeah, Mr. Derek. Uh-huh. All right, I gotta go back to work. But thought everybody'd want to see you in your progress. Okay, let's go find that roll of paper. So rumor has it I can acquire the roll of paper that they need at the Real Canadian Superstore, among other places, but this is supposed to be the cheap place. They said maybe try the party supply stores, but they'll probably be more expensive, but this place is supposed to have it, so we'll check it out and see. It's the Real Canadian Superstore as opposed to the fake one. Home of President's Choice. The fake pop. Yeah, I was specifically told the party aisle, because I guess party places have this kind of paper, but I am not seeing anything like a roll of paper here. So we'll probably have to actually go check the party stores. The superstore rumor was untrue. They're not that super after all. So now we're going to try Party City, where nobody has more party for less. We'll find out if that's true. Plastic. Yeah, everything that I've found so far that fits the description of what I'm looking for, all I've found is plastic. Plastic rolls. Lots of rolls of plastic, no paper. So, what's this? Some other kind of, it's not paper. Yeah, it looks to me like the closest thing they got is these rolls down this aisle. It's all just different kinds of plastic. So I'll probably ask somebody, but looks like the party store is a dud too. Okay, we are gonna try Home Depot for this paper. And if it's not here, I'm turning to Amazon.ca, and there's no reason for me to run all over town when Amazon will deliver it by Monday or whatever. But I'd like to see them cutting stuff out tonight or this afternoon, you know. So. Oh yeah, that'll be good. That'll be perfect. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, we'll do this stuff. $20 a roll, and that should be plenty.
Oh, you're successful, eh?
Finally. Yeah, hey?
Yeah, it's just as good.
Yeah, Home Depot.
As long as you could draw on it.
Yeah.
And it's big enough. So that's why we changed this around.
Yeah, hey?
So those girls, we could put that on that table by the wall.
Mm.
I told them that's where we could do our work for the paper patterns. I told them, with this one right here, if we could find our measuring tape, we could tape it to one end and one end over there, and this way we could hold our things there against the table and we could measure. Make it easier. Okay, so another idea might be, I don't know if you guys have like a can or even an empty coffee cup. Take your coffee cup and wipe it out, dry up all the, rinse it out, wipe it all up, and then take it and just set it beside your sewing machine. So you can take the pieces of thread and put it all in there. So they're not all over the place. But we like them all over the place. Oh, you're gonna end up cleaning it. We do! That's why it gives us like, say, see the Graham? He'll come in and he'll say, gee, this place is messy. And if we're lazy brain that day, he's gonna say, well, let's clean up. And we'll be like, yeah, let's clean up. Did you like how we did the
All right. So the afternoon session has concluded. It's Friday. Everybody's off for the weekend. I have a surprising degree of daylight remaining to work with here. I don't know. Christmas must have been real. The sun must be coming back in this direction and rapidly. I don't remember having this much daylight left between 4 and 5, just before Christmas. But anyway, I'm going to take advantage, head down here into the Wilderness Park, and go see what's happening at least out by the rapids. See what's going on out there, and just stretch my legs a little bit. Hard for a dude like me to be sitting around an office all day. I'm fortunate that I get errands to run that take me out of there once in a while. Well, nothing particular happening out here at this bend in the river tonight. And at this point, that means that the geese are not planning to come and land here to roost in any good numbers. There'd already be some clans had arrived, and probably quite a few of them, because it's getting rapidly dark. I wonder where they are, because they're certainly within, you know, somewhere in the city limits around on the river. It's entirely possible they could be over at Sspopiikimi. Maybe the geese have moved over there, or the waterfowl in general, because there's neither geese nor mallards nor golden eyes, nobody out here tonight. So maybe they moved up by Sspopiikimi, and maybe that's why the deer vacated that area, because for sure when geese kind of clump up on one section of the river, that draws a lot of attention from the predators. And if I was a deer, I'd want to get out of that area, you know. And maybe that kind of lends to the explanation of, or at least a hypothesis on why the deer were clumping up in the numbers they were in the little herds of the absinthe field, because I'd never really seen them do that before. But in previous years, there hadn't really been a goose absence on the river in the way that there was, you know, this December time. So, little stuff to think about. But yeah, there's geese in the sky. But even if they're coming here, it's not the numbers that we saw, you know, before the holidays with the thousands and thousands of waterfowl here. Nothing near that. All of these geese are moving upriver, but I did see an eagle out that way, and I wonder if he'll kind of divert them in any direction. They do seem to kind of be winding right over there, so they might even land over there. This is a good number, and there's an eagle right there. Bang. Following these guys in. So maybe they are going to end up here. The second eagle just came into view here. They're out that way, but they might be quite a ways. They might be at the next park over. Not quite to Sspopiikimi, but they're not really landing here. That moon's something. Quite a bit darker out here now. Stuck around until all of the goose migration, well, almost all of it had settled. It was about 10 more geese overhead. Any case, they're all upstream somewhere. They're not here at this bend of the river. I'm thinking they're at Sspopiikimi Park, which is the next park up. Not quite at Sspopiikimi. And there's a good number, but not as many as before still. So I think some of the waterfowl, obviously some of the waterfowl that was out here has dispersed, probably up and down river. Yeah, there's still quite a few passing over. There was a good lull there, and I thought it was safe to leave, but haven't seen any more eagles since that little clip. Gonna go over to the grocery store, get some fixins for homemade burritos, beef and bean, maybe a little cheese, and make a bunch of them for food prep stuff for me and Chelsea, and for dinner tonight. Kids are going to their dad's. Chelsea and I are going to be starting our weekend, but she's going out tonight with one of her sisters, go see a movie. Tomorrow's my night. Oh yeah. Got my burrito filling a brewing here. And it's a hot one. This is primo burrito filling. Let me tell you. We got ground beef. Might have been better. Yeah, it would have been better with shredded, but it's ground. Okay. Fresh. One whole fresh Walla Walla onion. Closest I could get to Willamette Valley. I wish I could get a Willamette Valley onion, but one whole fresh Walla Walla onion. Some frozen corn. Wish I could say this was Tabor corn, but it was just a generic local peaches and cream, which is probably a Tabor blend. For tricks, I included an entire little, what would you call this? It's probably almost a cup of Ryan's Stonati hot salsa, which is a wicked habanero blend. Serious stuff. And refried black beans, give it some thickness. Thought about rice, but I'm gonna leave it a little bit fluid. I gotta taste it as it comes along. I gotta test it on Chelsea too. She's got a Fit for Less membership. We've got a local Fit for Less gym here that gives you a gym access for really cheap. You know, you probably, if you've been following the channel, you saw what happened with our local brand new YMCA and our beefs with it. And basically we just weren't using it enough for the costs, and then when I went there I was getting in rows with the administration over whether I had to wear shoes in this area or that. Any case, she's at the Fit for Less. I'm cooking. And It's not bad. When does not bad ever mean good? It's missing something. Probably salt. I gotta be careful about that though, because I'm kind of saltaholic. Put a whole bunch of salt. I don't know. We'll see. I gotta test it on Chelsea, because my palate might not be the best test. We'll see. Okay, so how's the burrito?
Really good.
Good?
So delicious. Thank you so much.
Oh, you bet. I got good from both Tash and Chelsea on the burritos. Hey? Burrito?
You're good.
They good?
Yeah.
They're getting ready to go to their movie. I'm just loading extra burritos for the week.
All right.
Polly's waiting for any little drip to drop.
Yeah, she's just getting ready. So when she's done, we'll head over.